Hello, everyone. This is BizChicksTV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools on how to do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with Terry Johnson online everywhere, our social media marketing strategist who's going to tell us wonderful ways to get the information out about your business. So, you know what? If you're about your business, you might want to grab a pencil because you're going to need to take some notes. So, with that, I want to introduce to some, present to others, Miss Terry Johnson online, all the way from New York City, is in the studio. How you doing this morning, TJ?
I'm doing well. I hope everybody else is doing well today.
All is
And
well.
we're powering on,
Mm,
January. This is the last week of January, so wow.
I know
I
we're
just
about to go
realized.
into the love month, huh?
Yeah, we're hitting it in February. So January, so we started talking about your marketing plan and getting your message across. I believe that was the last thing we talked about your messaging, and I was saying be you,
Mm-hmm.
because that
Mm-hmm.
is a key to your messaging, because that's how you connect with your audience. So now we're going to talk about defining your audience. How do you define your audience? How do you
Okay.
find who you're going to talk to? Because you got your messaging, refine that, and it's on point. So now you have to figure out, who are you talking to now. This is the deal. You hear everybody says, well, who is your audience? And they say everyone. And I go, nope. Because if you have a message that is just generic to everybody, you're not going to catch anybody. You're not going to
Mm,
connect with anybody. You're not going to get anybody to pay attention to your messaging, your business, what you're
mm.
about, right? So
That makes sense.
and we always use fishing analogies. You're gonna throw your net out
Mhm.
in the ocean, you're gonna get all kind of fish. But the fishermen that go out on the different boats, they know which area to go to get tuna or
Mhm.
this type of fish. They know where they hang out.
Mhm.
So when they cast their net, guess what's in the net? Tuna.
Tuna.
Not
Mhm.
we went over we oh, that looks like a good spot. Let's throw the net over there and see what we get. That's not how it's done with the commercial fishermen that have these boats that go out. They know they have sonar, they have direction, they have GPS, they know where to go in the ocean. Well, the
Mhm.
school of tuna is over there at this time of day, and we go there, we're gonna put our net in the ocean and we're gonna bring it up, and it's gonna be full of tuna. See? So that's how it
Okay.
works. You don't say everybody. You say you're gonna have a specific you're going to have a specific demographic, which means male, female, or
Mhm.
they. We have different gender pronoun now, so whatever that is. And
Mhm.
then you're going to determine an age range.
Mhm.
You're going to determine a location. It could be a country, it could be a state, it could be a city, it could be a town, it could be a village. Whatever it is, you're doing the research to find that.
Mhm.
And then you're going to say, hey, well, what do they do for a living? Are they a stay at home mom, or do they go to the office, or they remote worker, or whatever? We have different things now.
Mhm.
So you want to figure all that. And also their income and their education. Those are the basic demographics. All right. So when you figure
Yes.
all of that out, then you want to get even further into psychographics, which is how they behave, how that target person that you're reaching behaves, because you're reaching a target person, not a group of people, not, okay, just everybody in the United States. You can't do that. You
Mhm.
have to narrow it down, because that helps you refine your message that will target them. That's why it's called target audience. And you're talking to one person, not a whole bunch of people. Why? Because it's easier to talk to one person who has all of the specifics and the things that that's why we're doing it. That's why you're saying it's a male or female or other, or you're saying that they live here, that they're in this age group. And then you refine it further by saying, what kind of books do they like? What do they do on their downtime?
Mhm.
What movies do they like? Where
Well,
do they
you know what? I never really thought to ask my audience about these
Yeah,
things.
because you know that they like to do certain things. Now you're not going to figure out everything that this person likes or your target audience likes because they're different people. Some people might want to, well, we're not going to the movies. Some people are. I'm not. But some people may want to go and to research a vacation for next year, or
Uh-huh.
they want to go to a certain place, or they want to do a certain thing. And you know that because you have interaction with them and you researching this online,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
you want to find out is what I'm saying is you want to get as much data as you can on this person, because when you
Okay.
talk to this one person, it radiates out, right? They talk to,
Okay.
people talk to each other. So if you reach one person, this one person in your target audience, they're going to help you spread the word by saying, "Hey, I follow so and so on Instagram and they had a post about something that I was interested in," or on TikTok or on
Mhm.
Facebook, and when you find something that interests you or connects with you, what do? You share it.
Mhm.
So that's what
Mhm.
social media really is about, is sharing information, sharing messaging. So you as a business owner have to have your messaging on point as much
Yes.
as you can. And this involves research and
Mhm.
analytics, which you both have access to. So you have access to, if you have a website, you have Google Analytics. If you have
Yes.
social media accounts, you have analytics. Every social media account has analytics. We've talked about that several times. I've showed you where to find it on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. If you're using Pinterest, they have analytics if you have the business account. Let's see, are we missing one? I think Snapchat has a little bit. TikTok has analytics I believe if you have the business account.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's your data is there. You gotta find it. So that's what we're talking about. You're gonna take those steps to help you define your audience, because you want your message to hit the target. You don't want to miss it. When you're playing darts, you don't want to miss the board or be
Yes.
outside of the bullseye, right?
Yes. All
Or
on the
you
ball.
you don't want to throw your darts and hit somebody in the head and but oops.
Mhm.
That's not what you want. Why is this important? Because you want to maximize your time that you spend online as a business owner. Because if you're spending too much time online, going around in the dark, I don't know what to do, you're not working on your business. So you should be working on your business. And
Mhm.
then I say 80%, and then maybe 15-20% is doing this. And and this is your marketing plan. So if you set up your plan, you set up your system by doing this research one time, you don't have to do this every time. You may
Uh-huh.
refine it in a few months. Like the spring is coming, summer is coming. So your target audience behaves differently during the seasons, right? So
Yes.
then when the seasons change, you do a little bit more research, but you don't have to do a lot of research because you did the main meat of it, the gist of it, when you start your marketing plan, when you define your audience. So when the seasons come and things they do things differently, all you have to do is refine, which is a lot less work. Does that make
Mm.
sense, everybody?
Yes. Mhm. Yes, it does.
So do we want to go over some of the steps, because that's some of the benefits. You want to know how to reach the people, when to reach the people, what they want to hear, and what they want to see from you.
Okay. This because sometimes when I think about my business, I'm like, well, after I tell them what I have, do they really want to hear anything else from me?
Well, see, this is the thing. If you're saying the right thing, they want to hear from you all the time. Here's an example. I always bring up Gary Vaynerchuk.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Vaynerchuk he started out in the wine business with his father, and then he figured out how to run that business successfully with marketing campaigns, and then
Uh-huh.
he went into marketing and advertising strategy, and now he took that attention and turned it to other businesses, and now he's in the NFTs. But see, the thing is that people that follow him, they consume all of his content. They
Yes.
don't. It's because he has targeted his message to the people that he knows want to hear what he has to say, and that's what any successful person. or business or brand online. They know what to say and they know who to say it to. So last week we talked about knowing what to say.
Hmm.
This week we're talking about who are you telling it to? Knowing who to tell it to,
Okay.
right?
Now, all right. For instance, when I'm doing California cover ups, my audience is first ladies, leading ladies, and women who mean business,
Right.
um, which is a demographic usually 40 and up,
Right.
um, who are going to social things and going
Mhm. Church
going out into the
events,
work.
yeah. Mhm.
And when this whole thing happened, the wonderfulness, as I
The
call it,
thing. I like how you call it when this thing happened.
this wonderfulness happened. I felt like they didn't need what I had.
Right.
Maybe I was incorrect about that because
Well,
there were
okay,
still people
let's
going
stop for a
out.
second. There's no there this and this is a misconception that happened during the pandemic, and we talked about this when the pandemic first came out. I said
Mhm.
there's always a demand for your product. If you had a demand before the pandemic, you had it during. The breakdown was that if your clients or customers were coming to you physically or they had to come to you, that was the breakdown. So now you had to figure out how to get what you make to them because the demand is still there. You can see that with Amazon. Amazon has just grown leaps and bounds this last 2 years.
Mhm.
Why? Because they have a distribution channel, a shipping channel where they get a product to the person that wants it.
Mhm.
So that was the key. I was saying that people were saying, well, yes, your business will go down some, but if you reconfigured it, retooled it, and figured out, well, the demand is there. How do I reach it without being, in real life or in person to person? That was the key. So the thing is with fashion, did fashion go away during the pandemic? Not really, because people's fashion, what they were attuned to was now comfort clothes at home, like
Mhm.
the Lululemon and all of the yoga pants and all the
Sweats and yes.
athleisure they call it. Those companies grew leaps and bounds because people were remote working at home. They still need clothes. They wanted to buy because we're inside. We can't go to the store. You're online on your phone, so you want to buy, but you're buying comfort clothes with
Mhm.
that are elastic waist or that are breathable or just
Something you can
comfortable.
take a walk in.
Right, you can take a walk. So those companies. So did the demand for clothing go down? No, it's just it tunneled or it went down another fork in the road,
Mhm.
so to speak.
Gotcha. Okay.
And now we're in the part where there are people that still want to shop from home, but there are people now going to the stores cautiously. Some
Yes,
people are
and I
cautious.
don't know. Yeah, and I don't know with this new experience if they're going to revert back to okay, maybe I don't want to do all of that
Right.
because I know I never really experienced the whole having young people learning from home while I'm trying to run a business from home.
Yes, it's very challenging.
It is extremely challenging.
Yes, yes, it is. So, but that's a division of your time and attention, which means okay, now everything has to be super duper scheduled down to around, if you had children at home or you're remote working, you had to have a schedule where it revolved around the children's school schedule.
Okay, and
So that's a schedule.
if
Right.
that wasn't something that you were familiar with, like being
Right.
a grandparent, and suddenly I have my grandchildren in my home because of the wonderfulness,
Right.
and now I've got to worry about, are
Are they going
they,
to class? Are they doing their homework? Are they turning their assignments in on time? I'm with you. I was there.
and having been delivered from that,
I like how you say that. We've been delivered.
okay, to suddenly have that come back into your life throws you off as an entrepreneur. Is
Yes,
all.
it does. Yes, it
Mhm.
does. So, but we've got to roll with the punches, and like I said, that's scheduling and management, which is difficult. But it's like, okay, let's sit down, and now we got to change our free time or change something and schedule everything differently.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have to be flexible as business owners and entrepreneurs. You have to be flexible. That comes with the job. You got to deal with whatever happens that day.
Mm-hmm. And
So
then you have people sleeping in your workspace. You know?
I don't listen. I know. We've all been there. But you
I'm
know
like,
what? The good thing that came out of the remote schooling was
mm-hmm,
that a lot of families, especially black families, have now switched to homeschooling. I've read an article this week. I wanted to go back and read it. I saw the headline,
mm-hmm,
that black families are doing more homeschooling now than they did before, because like you said, you were thrown into the pit and you had to figure out how to make it work. So they
mm-hmm,
figured out how to make it work and said, hey, I can, for whatever reasons, maybe I can control my kids curriculum, or I can, whatever. They saw the benefit of it. So now that's a thing. The homeschooling has become this big business, and it will become bigger. But guess who benefits? The people that were homeschooling, that had learned how to homeschool and had a whole system before the pandemic. Those are the business owners that they're really seeing the benefit now. So
mm-hmm,
so part of that is you kind of have to be there when there's no fish, kind
mm-hmm.
of like. And then in 2 years,
Anticipating.
here the fish are jumping, and they're just jumping into your boat. And that's what happened with the pandemic. A lot of things that I always talk about wellness and mindfulness, that industry before
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic, nobody was, it was really quiet. There were people that were, in that industry doing anything because they had the passion for it. But now there's a whole, industry that's rising up, and is continuing to rise up, from people wanting, meditation, wellness, sound bowls, anything to bring their wellness
Calm the
into balance.
chaos, as Jill
Yes,
said.
the chaos from
Calm
the
the
chaos
chaos.
from the life that we're living, with the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, politics, name it, whatever it is.
Mm.
So that
Wow.
industry is on the rise. So there's opportunity, but you have to have your messaging on point, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to know who you're talking to. You just can't talk to I'm just going to talk to everybody. It's like being on a soapbox on the corner. Remember those days? And they used to do that in Harlem. Not Martin Luther King. Malcolm X used to do that
Mm-hmm.
on the corner, on the box, and talking and people walking by would hear what he said and come up and stop and listen. But we don't want to do that today because we got the internet, we got data, we got analytics. We can target,
Mm-hmm.
because that keeps down the frustration of, is anybody listening to me? Is anybody engaging with me online? You can tell. You can tell. But you have to set some things up first, and that's what we're talking about this
Wow.
month. And we'll talk about it in February too. We'll keep talking about it. You set things up once, your system, your marketing plan, and then all you have to do is refine or add on or tweak or whatever word you want to use. And then you're good. You're golden.
Wow. Well, oh my goodness. So once we define that audience and we zero in on them,
Yeah.
things should begin to click.
Yeah, things should be getting to click. If not, that means you left out something or missed something, or something has broken down, and you just go back and look at it and say, well, did I refine my audience? Did I define my audience properly? Maybe you didn't
Mm.
do that. But they're there. But that's why we always we use the analogy of fishing and dating when we're
Uh-huh.
talking here, because those are the things that make sense, right?
Mm.
There's a
Yes.
process to fishing. There's a
Mm-hmm.
process to dating where you're successful at the end of getting a lot of fish, or at the dating you're getting, a relationship or a marriage, whatever you're looking for. Because again, it's based on your goal.
Yes.
Based on your goal.
Wow.
Okay. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more today at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and that's 10 a.m. Pacific time, right?
Correct.
So
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about that on my channel, Terry Johnson Online. And
I can
let's see if
find
we
that
can
for you
find.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's see if we can find it.
here it is.
We got so many things to click on, y'all.
And not only that, I found this, Terry. Look at this.
Oh, okay. Yes. So on Terry Johnson Online Live, BizChick's Facebook page, and the BizChick Facebook group. That's where you're gonna find everything.
There you
And
go.
we're doing that today at 10 a.m. Pacific time,
Pacific time.
1 p.m. Eastern time. Now I'm trying this 1 p.m. to see, if this is what people want, and it's like I said, we're refining it, we're tweaking it, we're seeing what's going on and what does the audience want.
Okay.
So
All right.
join
Well,
me today. We're going to talk more about this. I got some steps, 7 steps to look at. So we'll talk about that today.
okay, guys. So I want you to come back at 10 o'clock. I want you to follow Terry Johnson online.live and come in and find out more specifics about how to find your target audience.
Hmm.
TJ, thank you so much. We know a lot is going on over there in New York City. And do you guys have snow right now?
We had snow yesterday. I not today.
Okay.
It's I can remember a time when we had snow every day and it would just pile up like 12 feet on the side of the sidewalk. Now we get dusting and
Oh, interesting.
dustings. We get dustings.
Nice.
I
Nice.
want some snow.
Really? Oh no, I used
Yes.
to live on the East Coast, and I'm all about don't
No,
not
I
wanting
want
to
to when it
shovel
snows, I
snow.
want it to snow like at least three or so you could see it and play in it.
So
But
it'll look
after the
pretty.
first, yeah, after the first couple hours, then you're over it. But
Okay,
this
just
dusting
enough
is
to go out and play.
right. It's dusting is like it's disappointing. And
Oh,
our schools don't close anyway, so they never
correct.
close. It had to be like a superstorm blizzard for the
Mm-hmm.
schools to close, and then
Yes.
they think about it. They
Ah,
go,
see,
"Oh, there's 12 inches." They think about it real hard. They hear the Department of Education. They're like, these kids got to go every day.
that's because they're paid by the number of children in the seat.
Yes,
So,
yes, exactly. I figured that out. Yeah.
hmm
So,
hmm so the
but
funding is tied to that. So,
right,
guys, with that, I want to remind you follow TJ. She'll be back on today at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock
Eastern
Eastern
time. Mhm.
Standard Time. And we're going to find out more about our target audience and
Yeah,
how to define that target audience. Thank you so much, TJ. We really value you. And we are going to make sure that we follow you. If you're not already following TJ, please do so. And we want to remind you guys to go to the front of your own line. If you're looking to be a part of the Biz Chicks community, just text Biz to 33777, and we would love to have you be a part. With that, we're going to take the time out, take a little break, and come back and see TJ. Thanks, TJ. See you
you're
later.
welcome. See everybody at later. Don't go away. Be there.
Okay. Bye bye, everyone. Have a great day.